the end, I decided that I'm going to set up a little demonstration of the top-down fire. So the pieces at the bottom here would represent the larger pieces, like what I have here, your standard firewood size pieces. And then you're getting to a little bit smaller pieces on top of those. And then you've got your kindling bundle on top of that. I have the birch bark tucked inside there just because keeps it contained. Otherwise, when you set it on top, it just burns, curls up, and falls off. So this is just a way of keeping it contained. It's not that I want it to get underneath this wood on the top. So we'll see how this works. Really don't know how this is going to turn out. These chunks of wood that are down here are kind of square, so usually with firewood, when you have your pieces of firewood, you know, they're a little more irregular shape, so when you stack them, there's little voids and cavities and spots for coals to fall into and heat to get to. All right, take a break. Take a break here, sit and have a little fire, see how things go, see how this top-down fire works. Of course, if this doesn't work, I'm just not going to include this in the video. Like I said, I really don't know what to expect from this particular bundle. It should still work. As a demonstrator, this might be nice. By the way, it's nice to get warmed up. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but you can see the different colors of smoke. You've got the sort of whiter smoke. There's more moisture in that, almost like a steam kind of thing happening there as well as the smoke. And then at times you'll see some black smoke, and that's the unburnt gases that are escaping, because at the beginning stages of any fire, there's a lot of smoke that's generated that doesn't burn because there's just not enough heat to ignite it all. And I don't know if you can see that from there, so I'll bring you over here. But if you'll notice, when you see the smoke, that piece right on top here, see all the smoke coming off it? There's no flame there, but then here's, oh, every now and then you'll see a flame that is above, it's sort of hovering above the wood. And that's because that's where the gases are. Just, they're burning above the wood anyways. Like here. Down here you got all this smoke coming out. Okay, there's a lot of smoke, but there's no flame there because there isn't enough heat here, as opposed to in the center, where you don't see a whole lot of smoke in here anymore. So it's starting to smoke around the edges. Because the heat, the radiant heat, is causing this wood here to pyrolyze. So it's blackening and it's turning cold, but all that's happening is all these gases right now are just going up. In case of a fireplace or a wood stove, they're just going straight up the chimney, and you're losing all those BTUs of of heat. So you want to have that happen in the beginning of the fire in the small pieces, not when it gets to the bigger pieces. Because once this burns down in the middle, you'll get a nice bed of coals and you'll get more and more heat because there's more mass. There's a larger core to the fire, I suppose. Get back over here and get warm. This little fire. Makes a difference. There you go. Bring it around here. So, if we look down, of course the smoke's going to come this way, so but if you look down inside there, right down in there, you can see that the flames, fire, is actually down underneath this piece here. Okay, so as you can see, the conduction and the radiation of that fire is causing the wood beneath it to ignite. It's coming sort of back this way a bit more than I would like, but that's just because of the conditions, the circumstances that this fire has been lit in, where I'm outdoors and the breeze is coming from this direction, so it's tending to blow everything this way. Whereas if this was contained inside a fireplace or inside a wood stove, then you don't have that same issue. There is some variation on that because you've got your drafts and stuff, but those are things that you can control, and depending on your stove or your fireplace, you get to know how they operate, and so you can control those to some degree. But see, it's starting to get going pretty good there. See, we're getting a pretty good fire, so right? So at this point, you've got a decent fire on top that's giving off heat. So if this was actual size firewood in a wood stove, you'd have a decent amount of heat coming off of there already. In the meantime, all of this wood down here is getting heated up before it's ready to burn. And so the closer it gets to that temperature for pyrolysis to happen, the easier it is for it to burn. So while it's sitting in here inside a wood stove or a fireplace, then you're it's a more efficient burn, if for no other reason than that wood has been preheated, so to speak. So yeah, this little demonstration, you can see it's working out. Oh, that's a good shot down in there. I don't know if you saw it before. See, down inside there, that fire going down in there, that's the larger pieces are ignited now. So now that that's going, that's not gonna go out. So you've still got smoke coming off it. It's inevitable. You know, as long as you've got fresh wood, you're always going to get some smoke until you get down to the coals, but it is less. than if I had started the fire down at the bottom and then it worked up, because then all that smoke's just going to travel straight up. So I'm glad this worked out. Show you how this top-down fire method works. So I've only got so much battery power in this camera. I'd like to get footage of the whole thing burning and then time lapse it or something, but I don't know that my battery will last long enough. In fact, it's gonna die there pretty soon by the looks of it. Anyway. See, so there's one of those things you can control with the damper on your stove.